Why didn't Prussia take more from France after their crushing victory in 1871? I mean, they humiliated the French military, captured their emperor, and unified Germany in the process. Yet they only annexed Alsace-Lorraine. You'd think they'd want to cripple France completely, right? Well, there's a fascinating story behind this. Let's rewind to how it all began.
At the heart of the war was Otto von Bismarck, Prussia's chancellor and mastermind. He wanted a unified Germany, but he also knew the other European powers were watching Prussia's rise with suspicion. He couldn't afford to make the wrong move and provoke a coalition against them.
The perfect opportunity came in 1870 when Spain's throne was offered to a Prussian prince. France freaked out, fearing a Prussian-Spanish alliance, and demanded the prince step aside, which he did. But then they went further, demanding King Wilhelm of Prussia promise no one from his family would ever take the Spanish throne. Wilhelm refused, and here's where Bismarck played his genius hand. He edited a diplomatic report to make it seem like France had insulted Prussia and vice versa, stirring up nationalist fervor on both sides. It worked. France declared war. The war was a disaster for France. Emperor Napoleon III was captured at Sedan, and the French military was in shambles. By all accounts, Prussia had won. But instead of a quick surrender, France's new Republican government refused to give in easily. Despite internal chaos, they kept resisting. Bismarck had a problem. Dragging out the war risked intervention from other great powers like Britain, Russia, or Austria. And occupying France was draining and risky. So the Germans pressed for peace, but with calculated demands. They annexed Alsace-Lorraine, a region with both strategic value and cultural ties to Germany. Even this move was controversial. Bismarck knew taking too much would alarm Europe and paint the new German Empire as a dangerous aggressor. Yet, Alsace-Lorraine's annexation alone guaranteed future French hostility. To add insult to injury, France was also slapped with a massive indemnity, equivalent to about a quarter of their annual budget. The plan was to keep Germany's army stationed in France until it was paid, assuming it would cripple France's economy for decades. But France surprised everyone by paying it off within just 2 years. Instead of weakening France long-term, Germany had unintentionally created a bitter rival eager for revenge. And sure enough, the seeds of future conflict were sown. Bismarck might have united Germany, but the cost was ensuring that France would never forgive or forget. So, why didn't Prussia demand more? Because they didn't want to provoke a united Europe against them. They thought they could control France without overreaching, but in reality they set the stage for a rivalry that would shape European history for decades to come.